We knew it would come eventually. The last restaurant, Panda Express, has finally closed in San Francisco's largest mall. Let's get into it. Here we go. Here it is. We've known this day is coming for a long, long time. You've had, crazy stories in this mall. Used to be so busy. It's just millions of people streaming through. Literally. It's a 1.5 million square foot mall. And it came down to a couple of restaurants and a handful of businesses still being open as this mall went through, ownership just gave the keys back to the lender. The lender did a foreclosure sale. Nobody bid on the foreclosure sale. They just took the property back. Now they're trying to literally clear whomever is left business-wise, Panda Express being the very last business. And then I think they're going to lock up the mall, because if they can lock up the mall, they save on all those utilities, they save on security. The list just goes on. And then there were none. Panda Express in the basement food court of downtown San Francisco Center, city's largest mall, has closed. Gone. Leaving the woebegone retail destination without any restaurants. This has been being whittled down for years. Sign informs visitors that Panda Express location is permanently closed. Take a quick peek at that sign. I believe this is the one we have here. We are permanently closed. Please come visit our nearest locations. We got one in Fillmore, California, 3rd Street, all in San Fran. Go there. Don't go here. Now, there's really not much you can say. This was inevitable. It was coming. Now it's happened. Let's go back through kind of some of the more recent history here. San Francisco Mall down to 2 restaurants. Nothing is forever. But it always just seemed like it was so happy. There were so many people. And from all accounts, this Panda Express was busy until the lights went out. It wasn't a situation where they didn't have business. There was always a strong lunchtime crowd here and takeout. So many of the restaurants in this mall, because there's 0 foot traffic. It's one of those malls where just nobody was coming to. And I'll show you why in a little bit here. But one of the reasons. But, big malls across the United States, they have been being emptied out forever. And just the sheer size of this mall, it's been kind of one of these developing things. What's going to happen? Well, we know it's closing down, right? It's still open, still got Panda Express and H&M, whatever, a handful of other GN Nutrition, million supplements, not exactly steroids, but, notch away. All of those businesses are basically now closed. So, lights in San Francisco Center's basement level have been dimmed, and the skeletons of former restaurant kiosks surround a nearly empty food court. After a rough 2 years and a recent wave of closures, downtown mall has just 2 remaining restaurants. We had Shake Shack and Panda Express. And then there were 1. And I think that happened, beginning of December? Something like that? Down to just 1. Here would be the epicenter of why people no longer shop at this mall. Not only do you have a deal where shopping throughout the United States, it's gone online, right? Amazon? It's basically gone online. People don't want to go out as much anymore. They can just get it delivered to their home, try it on. If they don't like it, send it back, exchange it. I still enjoy the mall experience every now and then, just to remind me of why I don't like going to the mall, right? I'll go maybe once every 6 months for like a specific item that I want to try on that's important. But typically, no can do. No go. It was no go for people who experience this as well. It's like twice a week now. Homeless people keep pooping in the elevators at upscale San Francisco Mall. Remember we had a 400% increase in human excrement events on the elevator. Homeless are using a major San Francisco mall elevator as a bathroom as dozens of retailers pull out of the city amid crime concerns. BCs in public places is so common in San Francisco that someone started mapping it. Now the homeless are using a new destination to relieve themselves Westfield Mall elevators. It's like twice a week now. It used to be once a month. San Francisco residents have long complained about the influx of feces in their public areas and the lack of public bathrooms. So what you had is you had a situation where San Francisco Westfield Center Mall is, unfortunately, pretty close to the Tenderloin, right? It's in that area. So it's not only been this mall, it's been every business, and it's been a lot of big businesses in the financial district that have left because of work from home. Everybody's going to work on their computer from home during the pandemic. Remember when it was 15 days to flatten the curve? That's what we had here in Washington State. And then it was like, 2 years later, we've still got to wear a damn mask. Just absolutely absurd, just ridiculous. And I remember everything got shut down, they got opened back up, and then we shut it down. That's what we did here. Just mindless. But as that was happening in, the financial district, all the foot traffic that normally would have gone from the financial district would have gone to this mall. But you had terrible street conditions, which have gotten better in San Francisco. They have gotten better because they have consistently pushed back on open air drug use and open air just shenanigans in general. They're pushing back on that. They're basically stating, we're going to arrest you. We can either arrest you, you can go to treatment, you can go to jail. Take your pick where you want to go. And there's mental health care options are in there as well. Folks who are mentally, shouldn't be out on the streets by themselves. They've got a different kind of category for them and a lot of this has to do with Daniel Lurie. He's the new mayor. He's been in for a year and he's making changes. And I think some of them are positive. It's not going to happen under, all of this turnaround isn't going to happen under his watch, but he's going in the right direction. And there's a lot of people throughout the West Coast here kind of watching what San Francisco is doing, because when you have an explosion of human excrement on San Francisco's largest mall elevator, that's when you've hit rock bottom. Seattle hasn't hit rock bottom. Portland hasn't hit rock bottom. They haven't hit rock bottom by any means. They're still working on it. Got a new mayor here in Seattle, and the mayor is like, nope, we're not sweeping out homeless encampments. We want to see if there's a different angle here that we can put together and make it more equitable for these urban campers. See where I'm going with that? Yeah, just a bunch of nonsense. So this mall has just a storied history. San Francisco's most troubled mall sells for just $134 million. And that isn't accurate. This was a equity credit, a debt credit, however you want to look at it. Hey, you're the lender. You've taken the property back. You have put it on the market. We asked for $195 million minimum bid. I think it was $195. Yeah, 195. It was valued at 195 in September, and this is November. It went to foreclosure auction. Nobody bid on it. Nobody. Zero bids. Because what are you going to do with a cored out mall in San Francisco that's pretty close to the Tenderloin? You've already got tons of other shopping in the area, and, big businesses are going there. Uniqlo just opened up in Union Square. You got a bunch of businesses that opened up in Union Square. Unfortunately, our mall, where Panda Express used to be and where we had the beloved poop elevator, yeah, I think it's just getting shut down. It's just getting shut. And then they're going to figure it out. At one point in time, London Breed said, hey, let's raise the Westfield Mall and let's put up a soccer stadium. Soccer stadium. Do we need a soccer stadium in San Francisco? I don't know. Right? It's just one of those, okay, whatever. Next. So we got two banks foreclosed on $566 million in debt that have been in default for over 2 years. The guys from Westfield basically gave the keys back to the lender and said, hey, good luck with that. Enjoy. And that was Ready Capital, I believe. No competing bids emerged for the mall, which was valued at $195 million, less than 20% of its worth at its peak. Now, what I would say is that this thing It didn't sell. They gave him a credit for $134 million in outstanding debt. And they took it and they said, we're gonna keep the building because we've got close to $600 million in debt total on the thing. It's just this convoluted mess, right? And it didn't sell, so we know it's not worth probably $134 million. What is it worth? We don't know. Is it worth 100? What's the site worth? Well, if you got to tear down the entire structure, excavation of 1.5 million square feet, 7 stories tall, that's not cheap. And everybody goes, well, just make it into some housing. These malls are exceptionally wide, right? I mean, even if it's a narrow mall, it's going to be exceptionally wide as far as a residential complex goes, because you need these little things called windows and doorways, ingress, egress, right? In residential housing. And if you don't have windows and you don't have a great way to get in and out, not exactly ideal. And with a super wide structure, that's what you'd have to create in a mall like this. And you know what? So many of these conversion projects just go sideways. They go sideways because they are not feasible. But everybody just wants to jump on, oh, let's just convert it to housing. We need so much more housing. They're not financially feasible. You can't structure a way to make that go. And this mall, unfortunately, I mean, I'm curious to know what they do with this thing, right? What do you do with a hollowed out, massive, biggest in San Francisco shopping mall? With one of the other kickers is school district owns a little bit of the dirt underneath the mall. I mean, the thing is just convoluted 10 ways from Sunday, right? And this was kind of the final blow here that led to our beloved Panda Express exiting stage left. New owner of San Francisco's biggest mall sues to evict 3 of its last remaining tenants. So these guys, they probably had sweet rent deals, right? Hey, you guys are still here? Wow. We're only going to charge you, whatever it might be. It can't have been that much. New entity that owns San Francisco Center, the city's biggest mall, has sued to evict 3 of the last remaining tenants. Who did we have? We had KBR Enterprises, which operates the Shoe Whiz repair service, and Fardin Amiri, who owns a nail salon in the mall, and also, I believe, it was Panda Express. Businesses couldn't immediately be reached for comment. Trying to hold out as long as we can, he said in November. Well, you're doing a pretty damn good job. Now, the only thing that I can say is if you're able to make a go of it in the San Francisco Center Mall at the very end when you're only one of 3 or 4 businesses left. If you went to some place where you actually got foot traffic, wow. I mean, you expect those numbers to just onward and upward, right? Onward and upward. So it's a shame to see Panda Express go, but it's inevitable. It's kind of just a winding down of what happens here. Will we do more podcasts on this? I think it's going to be a while because I don't think you're going to have any rapid plans that are going to come about anytime soon for redevelopment of this mall. It's going to take a while, and that's if they're able to do anything in the near future. I mean, what are you going to do with a mall that's absolutely massive, that's in a tough street location, that's had a wild history that you're going to have to redevelop from the ground up? What do you do with that? And retail is absolutely going the wrong direction. I don't know. If somebody comes up with an answer or somebody does something, I'll podcast it. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for joining. Bye for now.